folks, Dave Woodard, the man from the East. That was a condensed, actually a smaller version. There's so much involved with this simple 9 clues in Palisade Sill. But I did the easier version to understand for court. That's what this was supposed to be. Just so they understand how the 9 clues fit in at Cimarron. But there's so much more involved that in my other videos explains that. Like the quotes and the other court documents on Superman and Aunt Esther. There's so much involved. But just recently, that validation from Durfel, absolutely 100%. And I eventually would have found that probably 3 years down the road. But great job, Durfel. That actually solidified this solve as Forrest Fenn's solve by me stating for a year that looking for Lewis and Clark is supposed to be looking for Lois and Clark. And then Maverick's wife's name is Lois Clark. That's your connection. It's amazing. I told you, Forrest Fenn was a genius. Now, these guys are trying to hide that. K-Pro, Carl Lazar's. SINthia has literally taken over, if you didn't notice in this last video. She is mad. I said she's balls deep. And she is going to try to take me down with a make-believe solve that's hers up in Wyoming at 9 Mile Hole. She's taken over. You can see it in K-Pro and Carl Lazar's. Any answers you have, you go to SINthia now. She is so pissed at me for calling her out, which I don't have any problem with. I'm good with that. But as far as SINthia's solve that she gave to Shiloh to try to use up there now, and they're trying to fit that spot in that has nothing to line up with, they're fighting to try to get you to understand. But what their ploy is right now, and what they've done, they try to discredit me and the people who comment good comments on my channel. So those people don't comment anymore. It's just the scammers and scabs like Robert McQuaid, Kim G, and Critical Mass, Mother. Actually, Shiloh old Shiloh showed back up. I was I was honored. But anyways, those guys are just scabs. They're covering for the fraud. And they're going to get called out on it later. But did you notice in K-Pro and Carl Lazar's video, Christy asking, SINthia said anybody that has a solve, send it to her. So what I want is 200 solves sent to SINthia tonight so that we can put a ton of solves into the YouTube community to just mingle in the drama and mix again. They're trying to cover the actual true solve that is coming out, and people are seeing it. I've got people responding, and Pam, I'm going to do a quick video for Pam after this, Chatron. She doesn't deserve what you people are doing. And I'll do a quick explanation and tell you, leave her alone. I didn't know it got to that point. But anyways, Carl Lazar's and K-Pro are covering the fraud. Guaranteed. They're just in it for the money and the views on their channel and whatever they get out of Shiloh. So they're not gonna rat him out. They're not gonna say, hey, Shiloh told us not to bring up Dave's name because he's the one that's gonna bring us down. So if they squelch it and keep it all down low, it'll just go away. Well, I'm not going away, folks. I am the actual solver. I have proven that. And if you understand in my videos what the actual true solve is with Kent and Esther, that's gold. Kent and Esther, I should have pushed. They tried to make it like it was Pet's Graves and shut me down. And they kind of did. And I just realized after, I'm like, this is it. Why would I shut my mouth about Kent and Esther? Esther, that Forrest Fenn created, and I know he did, by Red Fox saying the same thing about polyester. It's so beautiful, but it's huge. This is 15 years. So for the few people that can actually really keep it pulled together, and I know Jampy 3, good job, man. You see it. There's a couple things you don't, but it's there. And I just tried to answer you this morning. But there's other people who see it, and they don't come forward. People just... They're going to get harassed by these scabs. Robert McQuaid. Number one, Robert McQuaid. He's going down for covering fraud. He's an accomplice. So, and he knows it now. He has to know it from what I put out. But anyways, I don't want to bother with that. These 9 clues that I just put are a basic explanation of the 9 clues that lead you to that cross where Kent and Esther are. Okay? A physical map that leads you there. And then the rest of it, after you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down, shake the chest and go peace, all that right there. That's the end. You have found it. The rest of the poem is just explanations on why he did it, how to retrieve it, and who owns it. After that, it's all this poem. You use every word, like Forrest said. You don't disregard any of the words in the poem. Not that all of them are critical, but you need to use all of them in the solve. And I'm the only guy that's done that. I'm the only person who has not taken one line out, one line out, one line out. And my map portion in the poem brings you directly to Palisades Sill overflow parking area, parking right in front of that sign. Forrest Fenn did it beautifully, folks. Everybody just has to understand that there's only one guy that solved it. And they are covering up a fraudulent ending to a treasure hunt that was supposed to be beautiful. And I blame myself for a lot of the shit that's happened because I gave Shiloh the opportunity to go steal it, which I didn't. I mean, that blew me away. So all of this shit that's happened, and they're trying to cover it up, it's not Pam's fault. Pam just honored a promise. So people leave Pam alone right now, okay? Wait until after this shit settles down. You're harassing somebody that you're going to get in trouble harassing because they really didn't do anything besides keep a secret for somebody. So just back off for now, okay? That's all I'm asking. And the 9 clues, look at them logically. But if you want to see the actual physical map, there's my video from the map to treasure I did that has a very good explanation of how this fits in on a physical map. But the actual, all you need is a good map, is the geology of Cimarron Canyon. If you look up that, I'll just post it right here. That map right there shows you the new part of the canyon and the old part of the canyon. That's his riches hint. I can keep my secret where and hint of riches new and old. The new canyon and the old canyon separated at Palisades Sill. That's that part of the poem, folks. That's the good map right there. Your map to pinpoint Palisades Sill is your search area. As he says in the first clue, he pinpoints Palisades Sill in the first clue. And I've said it. That's how beautiful this is. And if you start to see that, wow, this makes sense. And then he has Palisades in the books. And in the epilogue, the Palisade there. Joseph Sunhawk with all the defensive, the teepee poles. It's wooden defensive structure. It's Fort Sill is a defensive sill. Palisade Sill. Palisade is a defensive. It's all so connected and so beautiful. And only one person got it all together. And it took a while, but I have validation from Durfel. Again, I need to take you out for a drink, man. I know you're still putting your solve out there, but you're just kind of doing your thing. But if you pay attention, man, this has already been solved. The true solver has come forward, and you helped prove it. Absolutely. I didn't know about the Lewis Clark for Maverick's wife. That is gold. That is 100% validation of Lois and Clark. Bottom line. I don't need to push, and I'm not trying to force this down people's throats. I'm trying to explain it so they understand it, because it is it. This is it. This is the end of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt at the Kent and Esther Cross in Palisades Sill, New Mexico at Cimarron Canyon. It's beautiful. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, you need to pause to read everything in those descriptions of the 9 actual clues. But that's condensed, not condensed short. Like, there's so much more information. And look at the quotes, and you'll see it inside some of the quotes. And I still have more quotes like that, like the good map I just gave you. That was perfect. So, folks, I hope you had a great weekend, Memorial Day weekend. And I will be back. I'm going to do a quick video for Pam to tell people to shut the hell up. Thank you for watching. Please follow. Please share. Get this news out there. That they're trying to squash a gigantic, fraudulent bullshit ending up in Wyoming. And they can't come up with it. That's why K-Pro's asking, fill Cynthia's email with 200 of your solves so that we can flood the YouTube and hide Dave. That's what this is. It's you. They are so fucking obvious. And I know there's people out there that are going to see that. But they hate me. That I'm going to take them down. I will. And I will take down every other channel that is covering for them. Like Stuck in Cheeselandia. That guy, he's so hell-bent on it's in Wyoming and wants to pick on Barbara. But doesn't bring up my name. He doesn't say Barbara and Dave say it's in New Mexico. They're trying to cover the fraud. You can't tell me Shiloh doesn't have 200 friends that he can say, hey, get on this fucking guy. And that's what they do. So they're playing on the human race's dumbness, and I don't think it's dumb. I think you people are smart, but you've been given information. So it's literally naiveness of what really happened because they've hidden it. They have hidden the truth from everyone, and I'm bringing it out above and beyond what they're trying to cover. Hey folks, I just needed to jump in here for a minute to explain how they're covering it also. If you notice, Granny, great job on that video. You have put out there information that proves what I'm saying about this cover-up. Because Dan Barbarisi forced Outside Magazine, oh, you have to do it now. You have to do it like today, tomorrow, to get this interview. What they did was create everybody that has gotten involved between Outside Magazine, between Netflix. They have brought them all into this fraud cover-up. Now, for Outside Magazine to say, hey, you know what? We were wrong. We did this interview way too quick without finding out all the information. Do you think Outside Magazine wants to admit that? No, they're going to just keep quiet. They're not going to interview the guy who really solved it, which I've sent them emails. People are embarrassed about how far they fell into this fraudulent bullshit ending and believed Shiloh and Jack. And that's the issue. They're caught up in an embarrassment thing. And Netflix, I'm not mad at you. I understand you want to make money off of doing some movies or miniseries or something about the events that happen. But won't it be like kind of a kick in the balls when you're making a miniseries about my solve when it was supposed to be on the fraudulent solve that is going to end up coming out as fraud, and all the people will see that. So I just wanted to post that about Dan Barbarisi. He is covering the fraud too. He is dirty and balls deep also. So it's a horrible thing, but they are all involved. And Dan Barbarisi, you can see it in Granite Granny's video. Good job, Granite Granny. You're on the right track. You're just still, you have your own solve you think it is. But I appreciate your videos. I thank you for the information. And also, Greg, Treasure Seeker's Brutal Truth. Good job. Reposting these videos so it gets out into the public and people know what the real solve is. That's what's going to bring and force them out to tell the truth. Because they have no solve, folks. It's Cynthia making it up. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you. Here's the rest of the video. So that's what's happening here, folks. It's all a he said. And Jack doesn't have any information. Jack is nothing but the face. That's why he's hiding. That's why this court case coming up right now, Jack's already screwed. Jack is already screwed, and Shiloh is the one that's going to have to answer. So I'm hoping I'm hoping that the New Mexico governor or government or the judge says, you know what, we do need a solve. We do need an actual 9-clue solve that explains everything, that brings you to that precise spot, because they don't have it. Cynthia's trying to make it up as they go. And if they get 200 solves, they can go, hey, this might work here, that might work here. That's what they're looking for before court. They want 200 people to send them their solves so that they can cover the fraud. That's all this is. So I see right through it because I know, and as I've said, I know the timeline. I know who's dirty and who's not. And Cynthia is balls deep. She's the one that's taking over to try to protect Shiloh. Folks, it's so obvious, and I hope you see it. But anyways, have yourself a great day, and take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, folks. Dave Woodard, the man from back east. Have a good day.